a safe space, collective worship assembly. It is really brilliant to be with you wherever you are right now. We have got a great session for you today. We're going to be looking at faithfulness and how important that is to be faithful to each other. But we can also learn a little bit about why faithfulness is so good. So I'm going to hand over to Hettie and Emily, who are going to share some fun with us, and I might go join them as well because they've got a great message today.
Hi! It's great to be with you today. We are going to have a lot of fun.
Yes.
We're obviously going to play some games because we like to play some games. Okay. And we're going to have a story. Why are you walking around me? Can you not
Oh, it's part of the story.
Oh, they walk around the walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
I understand now. I was like, what is she doing? So we're going to have a really cool story about some big walls that come crashing down. Awesome! But how they come crashing down is really, really cool. So make sure you join in with everything that's going on because it's going to be fun. Let's get on with it.
Okay, who wants to join us for a game? I think you do. I really do think you do. I thought that before these two get let loose on our story or whatever else today, we would see whether they have good reactions and whether they are faithful to me as their friend and husband. Because we're going to play Tabz Says. Not Simon Says, not Hettie Says, not Emily Says. I'm in charge. Tabz Says. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to join in wherever you are.
Yeah.
Tabz Says, touch your nose. Pick your nose. I didn't say. Okay.
That's gross.
Tabz says frown. Tabz says smile. Lick your nose. Oh, nearly had you there. Okay, Tabz says do the floss.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of a step back in time here. So last year. Okay, all right, good. Sing opera. Tabz says sing opera.
All right. Calm down.
Play air guitar. Ooh, someone nearly did that, I think. Yeah. Okay. Tabz says impersonate a pig. We'll just keep this going for a bit. Impersonate a cow.
Moo!
Tabz didn't say. Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. Next one. Impersonate an elephant.
No.
Tabz says impersonate an elephant. Wow, that's impressive. Well done. Oh, okay.
Got skill.
Oh, jump. Oh, well done, well done, well done. Tabz says spin around. Spin around the other way.
No.
There you go.
Hettie's still spinning.
You didn't tell me to stop.
Stop.
No, you didn't say
Tabz says stop. Okay, well done. Let's go for a couple more, shall we? Ooh, let's think. Tabz says impersonate a horse.
Monster.
Tabz says pat your head and rub your tummy. Good coordination there. Yeah, okay. All right. And the last one, hop on the spot. Wow, well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You did very well there.
Nice.
Only one slip up, but we'll forgive you for that. We'll forgive you for that. I hope you did really well wherever you are as well, and I didn't catch you out. Sorry if I did. Okay, Guess what time it is? Can you guess what time it is? We can always guess what time it is. It is story time. It's time for our story from Bob Hartman's Rhyming Bible. And our story today is Make the Wall Small. So this story is our story that Hettie and Emily are going to be looking at very soon for us to have a good think about. So let's see what the story is going to be about. A tall wall. A thick wall. A never fall a tall wall. But follow God's call and you'll make the wall small. Jericho City was surrounded by a wall, built big and strong so it would never fall. But God told Joshua to go inside. Then he gave him a plan that was quite a surprise. A tall wall. A thick wall. A never fall a tall wall. But follow God's call and you'll make the wall small. March once round the city, 6 days in a row, the priests in front and the army in tow. The Ark of the Covenant leading the way, and ram horn trumpets ready to play. A tall wall. A thick wall. A never fall a tall wall. But follow God's call and you'll make the wall small. On the 7th day, march around 7 times, blow 7 trumpets, loud and high. And lift your voices, let shouts ring aloud, and Jericho's wall will come tumbling down. A tall wall. A thick wall. A never fall a tall wall. But follow God's call and you'll make the wall small. So the people of God did what he asked, followed his instructions, completed the task.
Good job.
And much to their surprise, crazy as it sounds, Jericho's walls came tumbling down. Yes, Jericho's walls came tumbling down. A tall wall. A thick wall. A never fall a tall wall. But follow God's call and you'll make the wall small.
Are you ready for a game of Jenga?
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, it's there waiting
It's
for
there,
us.
ready. Okay, so we're each going to take it in turns to take a piece out. You're only allowed to use one hand.
Okay.
The person that makes it topple over is not the winner.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll go, let's go oldest to youngest.
Rude.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play! I should be not still on the first clip. That would be embarrassing. Excuse me for my time.
Sorry. Find it risky. Gentle in those games.
It's not losing. Ah. No, you choose one. No, I didn't. You go stay on the team.
Wait, I didn't say that.
That's why I said you're only allowed to do one hand.
We never play that.
Yeah. That's why it's a mess. Did you just click that? That's
Oh, risky!
Right.
Well
So
done.
stabs. Thanks.
It'd have lasted forever otherwise.
Yeah.
There are always times where we go through uncertainty. And that's currently where I am. And I'm going to be honest and say that I don't really know what to think about it all. Am I worried? Yes. Am I confused? Yes. Am I struggling to get my head around it all? Yes. Do I have the whole range of emotions from inside out? Joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger? Probably yes. And we all go through times of uncertainty. And during these times of uncertainty and lots of I don't know, there are definitely things that I do know. And I'll come back to that later. So in the story, we meet one of my favourite Bible characters from the Old Testament, Joshua. Now, I want to go into a little bit of an introduction of who he is. You may have heard of the session that we did where we spoke about Moses parting the Red Sea. And if you haven't seen that, you should definitely check that out. But Moses did so much more than that. This was the guy that God told about the 10 Commandments. He saw God's people doing all these wrong things and he just wanted to face palm. And then there was another time in which God said to him, there's a battle that's going to happen and you'll only win if you keep your arms up in the air the whole time. Now, during this time, this is where we meet Joshua, because Joshua was one of the people that was keeping Moses' arm in the air. We could say that Moses was teaching Joshua the way of being a leader. Because, let's face it, Moses was not going to be around forever. And the people still needed to get to the promised land. So when Moses did die, Joshua became the leader, a massive role that God had asked him to be in. So there's the backstory, which I think is important for us to know. So God gives Joshua very specific instructions as how to get to the promised land. And the first hurdle was getting through a river. But God said that he would go before them. And at that moment, I'm sure Joshua was like, what? Oh yeah, but I remember that God used Moses to part the Red Sea. So why can't he part this river? Joshua remembered what God had done in the past. Joshua remembered that God was faithful in keeping his promises in that. So why wouldn't he now? Joshua remembered God said to him, today I will begin to exalt you in the eyes of all of Israel, so that they may know that I am with you as I was with Moses. Joshua was faithful because he remembered God's faithfulness in past promises. In the difficult times we go through, we can be faithful to our beliefs. And as a Christian, I can remember that God's promises to always be with me, no matter where I go. He's with me now during these times of uncertainty. Imagine if people thought of us as being that faithful. Wow. So what does that mean for us to be faithful?
Do you support a football team? Which one? I wonder whether you support them when they're at the top of the league and at the bottom of the league. There are many people, I don't know if you've ever met them like this, where they support their team even if they get defeated, even if they get relegated to a lower league, even if the weather is horrific, they are still there watching, rain or shine. And being faithful to someone, rain or shine, means on good days and bad days. And that's really, really important. And when me and Tabz got married, we made some promises to each other. And we said that for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, we would be faithful to each other and we would love each other. And we can be faithful in all sorts of different relationships around us. Family, friends, school staff, people in authority. See, to be a faithful friend, we show loyalty to them by supporting them through the good times and the bad times, rain or shine. To be faithful to school staff and people in authority means keeping the promises that you've made, doing your homework, listening really well when you said that you would, trying hard to do those things and keep those promises. And being faithful at home might mean tidying your room when you said you would, or giving someone a hug that you know needs cheering up, or playing a game with a sibling because you know that they really want to. But being faithful doesn't mean just doing what everybody else wants, or letting people get away with hurting us. If people have done things that are unkind or treat us in a way that make us sad or uncomfortable, it's important that we speak to a trusted adult who can help us. So, how do you be a faithful friend, member of your household, pupil at school, citizen of the country, person in the world? You be loyal, trustworthy, dependable. Be there for others and do what you say you'll do. So what is a promise that you've made recently? Or something you said that you would do and you've not done yet? Have a think now. Is it a promise to your teacher that you'd listen when they're speaking? Or did you say you'd help to take the dog for a walk or play with your brother and sister? Did you say you'd sit next to a friend at lunchtime? Think about the last promise that you made right now. Remember in your head what it is. And think about when you're going to make that happen. And make sure that you do it this week.
Brilliant. What a great message that was. Really important for us to remember just how special it is to be faithful to each other and how we can show that faithfulness in action. So I want you to try and remember something from our session today, something that you're going to go away and put into practice. And I'll see you hopefully again soon in another Safe Space Collective Worship Assembly video. See you soon. Bye.